All right, squad, we are back with some more character tier lists. Season 15, the final tier list for Masters of Spinjitzu. These are all the characters we are going to rank. I know that there should be more characters like Plunder and stuff like that, but I haven't put them in only because like they pretty much only had that scene where they come in and pretty much help the ninjas, right? Like the allies coming together. So I decided that, for example, let's say Vanya, right? She came together with them. So whatever I rank Vanya is going to be also their rank as well. That's because I'm kind of thinking of that more of as a collective effort. And they only got that one scene in the last episode. So I'm like, I wouldn't know where to rank them individually because they didn't have any lines. It's the same with Benfamar as well. So yeah, like Benfamar and the Melopians. But yeah, hyped to do this. If you guys want early and uncut reactions, make sure to check out the Patreon. If you want early edited reactions, check out the YouTube membership. And let's get right into it. All right. I mean, I've also separated. This one's the dragon forms. Okay. Let's kind of do some of the ninjas a bit later. All right. First things first. Antonia. Doing some good work as always, helping the ninjas. I always like her though. She always does a lot of, I guess, assistance to the ninjas, saving the ninjas left and right. Even Wu this time as well. The same situation with that happened to it was Kai, right? Yeah. Was it Kai? Yeah, it was Kai. Just trying to remember exactly who. But yeah, same situation as well with Wu. So W to her, bro. And she, definitely, had got her words getting through to Wu because Wu was quitting, man. Like Wu was going to be a quitter, but she didn't. She did not quit. So I was glad that she was able to kind of lift up Wu's spirit and keep, the fighting going. Keep the resistance going. All right. Now, to be honest, I do also want to talk a little bit about season 15. Like, I know that like everyone is like half not like. I mean, I can see why. Like they bring back Harumi. Like Harumi had a really good ending with her death in season 9, right? It definitely would have been a good way to end her there. I could see why lots of people, but it's like what's done is already done, right? Like the Overlord we know was always going to come back, right? It's just that didn't think he'll come back so soon. We do know he can never die. It's just that he will always have that resentment or hatred building up, and he'll be resurrected again. It's just that this time it was much faster. But personally, it was like, yes, I was surprised there was a big plot twist with Harumi coming back to life. But did I hate her being alive? No, I didn't. I actually kind of liked her. I actually really liked her being in the story, kind of having this little bit of twist. And I'm assuming we're going to have this Harumi Lloyd thing going on. I wonder how that is going to play out, I guess, in the Dragon's Rising. I do wonder. Now I'm actually really curious how that's going to kind of like work out. Obviously I do feel like there is flaws to Harumi's character now with pretty much her logic, right? With all the building collapsing because of the Great Devourer, and then her finding out it was kind of like the Overlord's doing in a way, but I wouldn't say so. I would say it's more Pythor because Pythor's the one who really released it in the end. So I'm just surprised that she was kind of didn't think about it more logically, right? But overall, I did like her character, and I think it was sick having her in the season. Like, you guys have to realize, I actually did like the season. Quite a lot, actually. It was a really good season. I like the new forms. I like the fact that we got Garmadon back and stuff like that. So, yeah. All right. And it was kind of a cool way to, like, have, I guess, like a... I mean, dude, what do you call it when all the villains come together? Like, I can't call it Avengers, right? So like a negative Avengers, like a dark Avengers. I don't know, man. Asphera, I always like Asphera. Asphera is always a good villain. I think definitely her personality surprised me this season. I would say because I was expecting her to be more of someone who wouldn't, be under someone. So I was generally surprised when she actually chose to accept to be under Garmadon. But it was really weird though. Like, I feel like obviously she did a lot of work to help Nya get back to normal, right? Which was one of the good things, right? But the thing is, after she got crystallized, I don't know what it was, but during the war, it was kind of like she didn't really play a major big part. It was like she kind of like it kind of felt like she got sidelined a bit. Obviously, I could see more presence of Pyfor, and I would say, I mean, who else of the other? I don't know. I felt like Pyfor kind of had the biggest presence, of all the crystallized villains, right? So yeah. All right, Benfomar W for the help. I'll just put him at A though because I can't really say. I mean, yes, they did a lot of good job of coming together with the Melopians, and then same with Vanya as well. I'll put them together because they came in just in time for the rescue. So W to that. All right, we have, I guess, the police people. This is, what was his name again? We've seen him throughout the seasons. Fuck, I always forget his name. Yeah, I feel bad for you. I mean, he's the one who got taken out by Fujidove. Like, dude, you got taken out by Fujidove of all people? What the fuck? That's kind of crazy. All right, Cole, first ninja this season. Did a lot of work this year. I'm just trying to think what he did. I mean, can't be helped. The ninjas, first few episodes, fucking out of shape, bro. Like, obviously, they were depressed from Nia's, supposed departure, right? I mean, she wasn't dead. It was just a departure. And the fact that they were inactive for 1 year, like, holy fuck. But yeah, I always like Cole. Cole is just clean. Love his character. This season, nothing too stand out. But he did get his message across to Shintaro, so W for that. I'm separating the dragon form because I'm going to talk about that separately. Police commissioner. Bro, why would you ignore the ninjas? But I always do like the police commissioner. He's like a solid B character for me. All right, the new ninjas. I don't really know what to say about the new ninjas. I generally thought we were going to get more about the new ninjas. Like, I thought they were going to play a bigger role. But no, they kind of just like arrested the ninjas and then never appeared again. And then zombie apocalypse happens and then they get crystallized. That's kind of the way it kind of played out. And I really kind of did wish we kind of got more like, identity reveals, more about who they actually are and stuff like that. I think that would have been awesome. But overall, I would give them a B. Yeah. I do think they were kind of sick though, with the neon blades and stuff like that. Maybe I might move them up to A, maybe, actually. Yeah, I think so. All right, Garmadon, I mean, there's no questions. Like, he was just pure fucking sick this season. Who would have thought that he would be trying to learn, to care for stuff, learning how to be good, soul searching for himself. Dude, I can't wait to read the comics as well, because I will be catching up on all the comics that I have skipped or missed, leading up to Dragon's Rising, just before Dragon's Rising, and including the novel. It was the Quest for the Powers, which I will read as well. So I'll be making some videos on that after this as well. Tomorrow I'll check them both out. So that's gonna be kind of sick. All right. Mr. F. Dude, I don't know why we just rebranded him to Mr. F. Like, literally, I hate that. They should have kept him Mr. E. I don't know, man. And I'm a little bit sad. Like, it was cool that we got that sick moment again between him and Zane again, by the way, which I think was sick. The way they kind of paired up all the ninjas against their counterpart who was holding their weapons. I think that was a cool little detail, right? And then getting the rematch between Zane and Mr. E, or Mr. F in this case, I do think was sick. And I was definitely surprised when he did come back. It's just that he didn't have as much presence compared to before. So I'll put him at S for now. I actually kind of want to put him at A. I just felt like he was definitely not as... Obviously, he can't speak, right? But he wasn't as, I guess... His presence wasn't there compared to the previous season. I would say that. All right, Borg, dude. This guy is just like living in his tower, unaware of whatever's going on, and working on his things while an Overlord invasion is going on. Like, what the fuck? But at least he created mechs for us. I do like that. But to me, Borg has just become more of a sidelined character. And it kind of reminds me of Dareth in a way as well. Kind of the same thing. Because, like, there's been so many seasons where it just Borg Tower, he's not there, and it's like, what the hell? All right. Dareth, bro, this is the most fraudster of lawyers I've ever seen that I would fucking hire. No, I'm joking. But like, come on, 3 weeks? Dude, he makes my day. It's just that I find it funny how he didn't really show much, huh? After the breaking out the ninjas out of the prison, he just really did not show much other than like a couple scenes there and there at the end. So I was definitely surprised by that. I was hoping we could get more of him. Like I really did wish Dareth maybe got some kind of power or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. Somehow he becomes strong. I don't know. Hopefully that does somehow happen. All right, you have, I think this guy's name is Dwayne. This guy's like, damn. He was just getting bossed around. Bit of a pussy, man. I'll put him at D, bro. All right. Jay. Where would I put Jay? I mean, this guy lost his marbles, bro. I think I'll put him higher than Cole this season. I think I did like him more this season. I think it was crazy for him to, I guess, make normal water thinking it's Nya. Like, that was definitely crazy. He definitely kind of went completely bonkers. And it's like, huh. And the fact that you chose to fight Kai because he knocked over a freshwater glass, by the way, not even salt seawater, kind of insane to me. No? That you even fought Kai for that and you even use your power. So he definitely lost his marbles there. But overall, I did like his character, his relationship with Nya, the way he cares for Nya. So that was pretty awesome. All right. Zane. Zane, I liked him a lot this season. Like just the stuff between him and Pitzel, the Ice Emperor stuff. I mean, that shit is just really funny, right? Him turning off his emotion meter and stuff like that because he didn't want to deal with the pain and stuff like that of losing. Yeah, so that was definitely very interesting how he's tackling that, right? But he eventually, due to Sally's music, W Sally, able to get him up, turn back on that pain meter, that emotion meter, bro. You got to feel the pain, bro. It's kind of like that one Naruto me. Thy shall know pain. So yeah. All right, Fuji Dove. Dude, Fuji Dove was great this season. I think this was like his best season yet. I loved his stuff with Jay, him and the dialogue, him fucking being a menace with the water, bro. Like, dude, he pulled out 2 water bottles and chucked the water out. Like, what the fuck, in the middle of a desert, by the way. That is crazy. But then, he also helped the ninjas get away. So I'll put this guy around, I would say an S. I think it was a pretty solid S for me. Alrighty. I kind of want to get to these later, man. Okay, we got the McDully. Fuck, I always forget his name. I didn't like him. It was kind of like, yeah, whatever. Like, I felt like they gave this character so much screen time for absolutely nothing. That's kind of the feeling I got. He wasn't that important. He didn't do anything. He didn't really do anything. And then, yeah, I just don't really know what to say about him. And he wasn't able to capture the ninjas. That's literally about it. All right, Jake. Where do I put Jake? I know I'm missing Jake's parents, but it's like, I think I'll just put Jake at NA. Because I think that's where I would put his parents too. Let me just move that. Kilo was definitely a surprising one. Let me put up, yeah. Kilo, Where would I put Kilo, bro? I realize I'm also missing Okino as well. But then again, they all had that one scene. So yeah. All right, where would I put Kilo? I think he's like W for helping the ninjas. Same with Ultraviolet. I'm glad they kind of came around as well. The fact that it took, what would I put Ronin then? Like the fact that it took Ronin to do that is kind of crazy to me. Like, no, kind of turned around. I did like Ronin though. I'll put him at high A though, because he didn't have his like super big moment, but he was able to inspire the prisoners to come and help, right? Fight the crystallized warriors and get back their city. And now it makes me wonder, what happens to the to the prisoners now? Are they going back to prison or to serve out their time, or are they like roam free now? I genuinely do not know, man. I wonder how they're gonna work this out. All right, the mechanic. Mechanic, always a solid villain, man. Like, he's definitely gone up in terms of like the tiers. I feel like, in terms of his rank as a villain, I'm on them. So I definitely feel like he's gotten much better. He's definitely proven to be more troublesome than expected, right? Like, yeah, I used to think of him as a more of a lower tier villain, but then it's just like I'll put him on like the same level as like Kilo and Ultraviolet, I would say. But then he's kind of gone above that, right? He's become more of his own thing. Obviously, he still sucks up to a boss, but overall, I think he's pretty solid. So yeah, Masako, Masako getting us the scrolls and stuff, but it just feels bad because like Masako is just taking a backseat, bro, in a lot of these later seasons, right? She's just there as a support, you know, 1 or 2 scenes. So I definitely wish we get more of her next season. Hopefully we do. I feel like she would be a pivotal part, right? Because she's Lloyd's mom, so it's like who wouldn't want to, you know, use Lloyd's mom to, I guess, threaten or take her hostage against Lloyd, right? So I do feel like we'll get more of her. Misdemeanor, bro. I thought we were gonna get more of her. Actually, what happened to her? Like, she got arrested, right, by the new ninjas, and then what? There's just nothing else. Like, what the fuck? I was hoping we were gonna get more from her. But overall, I do like her character design. I'll put her at like a high C. All right, the Crystalized Vengestone Warriors, bro. I think the Crystalized Vengestone Warriors are definitely the coolest of all the stone statues we've seen, or like stone army or whatever warriors that we've seen so far. I think they're a pretty solid idea, a mix between absorbing powers and nullifying elemental powers. So I think that was a really, really sick fucking idea and clue, bro, for Overlord to do. You know, create a Vengestone army. So yeah, I think that was pretty cool. All right, and the fact that it took 1 shot to turn you crystallized is crazy, no? Yo, W to Nelson. Nelson also deserves. I'm gonna put Antonio a little bit up. I think I kind of want him like this. Yeah, that looks kind of better. I mean, he always puts in the work for as the purple ninja, man. I can't wait till we get him on the squad. He's a up and coming trainee, right? So when are we? Like we got 2 potential prospects for the next generation. Like the new ninjas, those are frauds, right? These ones are like, but the new elemental masters, maybe we got Nelson, we got Jake, and who else are we collecting? They're like the next gen, you know? All right. Let's see. Evangelus. I don't know, man. Evangelus. I'm surprised they made him one of like the mainstay villains. Like, I feel like without a scowl, he kind of felt like kind of shit in my opinion. I will put him at like the lower A side though. I do think it was cool that we kind of get him back, but I felt like there was like no difference between. In fact, I feel like it was worse without the scowl than when he had the scowl. So I'll put him at A. All right, the commissioner. Where would I put the commissioner? I don't know, man. He didn't really do too much this season. It was more like, I mean, not the commissioner, the warden. Why did I say commissioner? Out of respect, I'll put him at B though. I think. Niad, dude, I would have loved to have seen more Niad. Like, I'm sad we only got 1 episode of her. I would have loved to have seen like a whole thing with her. You know, her maybe regaining her own memories as well, and maybe also wanting to, I guess, lose her powers too, but maybe not. But I definitely would have loved to have seen her like regain her memories as well. That would have been sick. I definitely want to see more Niad. I'm surprised she didn't show up too in the final part as well. I would love to have seen that. Like, just having someone, you know, controlling the seat. But then I guess that would be too OP, right? So I could see why. But where would I put her? I think she's super cool though. I'll put her at S though. Low S. All right, Pitzel coming in clutch as always. I'll put her right here, I would say. Yeah. I think she's a solid S+ character for me this season. Always coming with the mix, the mini Pitzels. Wait, why am I missing mini Pitzel? What the fuck? I just realized. All right, so I just put in the mini pits and Okino. I'm gonna have Okino represent, I guess, like the Prime Empire side, right? Who came to help. But yeah, W2 Pitzel. I mean, you know, getting coming up with all the anti-shielding stuff, the anti-absorb stuff, able to actually come up with a solution defeating the Vengestone warriors, right? Which I think was really, really fucking smart on her side. And then her coming back with the mech and stuff, doing everything she could, right? She was just a great supporter. Also, her relationship with Zane as well, looking out for him. Putting up with his, I guess, his antiques now. Like, he's definitely got a thing for pirates, Ice Emperor, and stuff like that. So, yeah. Props to her. All right, Mini Pits. W to Mini Pits. I love Mini Pits. She's actually pretty adorable. I'll put her at, I would say, low S, though. I think it was kind of cool that we kind of had, out of all the robots or the mini pits we had one surviving member. And the fact that she, put on a lot of work, trying to rescue everyone, fucking W to that. And also, dealing with the I guess the mechanic side of stuff, right? For Pitzel. So yeah, I do like mini pits. Cute design. All right, Okino, bruh, I always love Okino. He got that one thing saving everyone, or saving the ninja. Was it Nya? Yeah, it was Nya. But other than that, like, okay, I think Okino on his own, S. The others would probably be around A. So yeah, I would say same as like Queen Vanya, right? So yeah. All right, Pi4, dude, I always like Pi4. Pi4 is always a good character for me. I'm glad he kind of came back as well. Had his whole, I guess, his speech and stuff like that. And it's just that since we always see him on and off, I always forget that he can turn invisible. Like, you have to remember, he is an anaconda at the end of the day. And it's just like, huh. It's kind of crazy. All right, I'll put him at S+. Blazy H Speed, or Racer 7, aka aka Racer 7. Where would I put her? I'll put her at A. I think she's she did a really good job driving through that crystal arm. Actually, I think I'll put her at S, yeah. I think more than Okino. She did way more. Able to get Vinny and Cole, to the NGTV news station, broadcast station. So that was pretty good by her. I'm just wondering what prompted the change in the name to Blazy H Speed. I felt like Racer 7 was a better name in my opinion. All right. Still got a bit to go through. We got Lloyd. I liked Lloyd this season. Definitely the inner conflict and struggle from the first episode. Him thinking he's not worthy enough to lead a team because, he caused the team members' death, right? Or not really a death, but like her disappearance, right? And it kind of just led his confidence down to, rock bottom. And then obviously he, clutched his way back. And then him meeting his father. Obviously, he's so clouded by, I guess, anger that he doesn't see that his father's changed. Obviously, he saw it at the end of the day, but during that whole process, it was hard for him to come to terms with it. So I think that was some good development on his side. And then him also doing the Oni powers, bro. How come we didn't get a dragon form Lloyd, man? Like, I'm surprised. Maybe we might get it next season, but I am definitely surprised we didn't get a dragon form Lloyd this season. Like, we even saw him practice the jump back, hit back, whip around and spin. So I mean, we got the Oni form, but it was so brief, man. I was like, fuck, man, I would love to have seen like a nice drawn out battle between them, right? So yeah. All right, where do I put Tania? I think I'll put her around here, middle of the S plus. I think she was pretty solid last season. We had a few eps dedicated to her this season as well. But I think later she definitely became more of a supportive type. Maybe it's probably because she lost her powers, right? But she did eventually were able to call Benfama and then Melopian, so that was a debut on her end. So yeah. But would I've loved to have seen a bit. Now Skylar. Dude, I'm a little bit sad they kind of changed Skylar's powers a bit. But yeah, and that kind of also answers all my questions previously about like what is her relationship with Kai? Are they dating? And I guess we kind of finally got a little bit of that. I mean, I would love to know more, but maybe I'll get more in the comics, maybe. I don't know. And Dragons Rising. I definitely would have loved to have learned how they progressed after, right? I assume they're together now, maybe. So I'm hoping. But overall, I'll give her a low S plus. She did a lot of work. I might put her above Dareth. Yeah. And Kai, where would I put Kai, bro? Kai is always like one of my favorite ninjas. Always my favorite. Like, I think I'll put him above Zane. Yeah, he did a lot of work with getting Cole out of there. The whole dojo training stuff with also like all the people in the newspaper shelters and stuff like that. Like W to everyone. W to all the newspaper boys. Actually, do I even have them here? Yes, I do. I think I'll have this guy's representing him. Yeah, like definitely deserved an S plus. Just the way they pretty much convinced Wu to start a counterattack, had, food, all the supplies, shouted everyone that was, pretty much caught up in the zombie or wasn't caught up in the zombie apocalypse. So W to them, man, leading the charge. So that's great. All right, the Dragonites. Dude, I think they are a cool design. I'll put them at A. I do feel like that they were a little bit slow at times, though. So yeah. Sally, W music. I'll put her at S. I think she was a great character. Definitely an emotional wreck, I would say. But I really did enjoy her music. I really wish Ninjago definitely had more of these like lyric songs, though. Like don't get me wrong, Weekend Spin is awesome, but I definitely would love it if they have some sick OSTs, kind of like what Sally sings throughout the season, which I think would make a complete banger. That reminds me, I do need to check out the Weekend Whip song, right? The 15th anniversary ones. Is there also anything else I should check out? All right, Overlord. Dude, I actually liked the Overlord this season, bro. Like, I think this form was cool. The fact that he was plotting all of this, just the schemes running deep, all the way from Harumi, getting her on your side, making her, do your stuff, create, collect Venge Stone, and then eventually, getting the 4 weapons of Spinjitzu, rebuilding your body, transforming into this centaur fucking body. I don't even know what do I even call it? Like a fucking Anubis centaur form. Like, definitely fucking sick. And I do wonder, when will be the next time he comes back? Because he is definitely not dead, right? He's definitely just vanquished for now, but not dead. All right. This was the judge, was a Butthead, I think it was, or something. Mr. Butt or something. Fuck, I don't know what to say. But honestly, I'll give him a slow C, a high C. But for now, I have to say that his decision to get 5 years, I think, is valid. I think 5 years is fine. I just felt like it should have been shorter to maybe 2 or 3 if you consider the ninjas, I guess, past accomplishments. Like, he says he included them, but I felt like 5 was a little bit too much. I can understand where the 5 is coming from, but I think like 3 or 2 was probably better in my case. But overall, it was a valid judgment. Twitchy Tim, bro. I mean, thank you for the drinks, bro, but like, dude, you had to rat the ninjas out to the police. Like, what the fuck? But then again, he does forget what the hell happens, like, a couple seconds before, right? All right, the mayor, not a fan of the mayor. I just do not like this mayor, man. Like, what the hell, bro? I just have no words for him. All right, Vinny. Dude, this guy is MVP, man. Like, actually MVP throughout the season. Where would I even put him? I'll put him at mid S+. Like, this guy housing Garmadon as your housemate, teaching one of the baddest villains ever on good, making him, learn how to care, slowly helping him change his mind. Very good words of wisdom, and actually not panicking and trying to call the police when he showed up at your door. So I think those were very, very solid for him. Like, I gotta give him a lot of credit, bro. Like, Vinny is just fucking top tier right there. Where is Gale Goss? I mean, let me just. All right, so next, I'm ranking these ones. So Gale Gossip. Where would I put Gale Gossip? I mean, she's always a crazy one. I always like her character. I just wonder, when is she gonna get together with Dareth? Like, Brown Ninja, hello? Like, she kind of likes you, but she doesn't know that you're Dareth. So can we get a move on in this relationship? But yeah, she's definitely a crazy one, and always getting the news, the scoop, and stuff like that. I'm surprised she wasn't one of the few ones that got crystallized, to be honest. All right, Wu, dude, I liked Wu this season. I think he was sick. Putting on the golden armor and the firstborn sword as well. I think that was fucking dope. His fight with Overlord. The glider as well. Him rallying up the ninjas, as well as, you know, getting everyone to help. So definitely a very good, you know, center focus piece this season. So I would say I'll put him up. Yeah, I would say around here. I really liked him this season. So yeah. All right, let's talk about this. Uniform Lloyd. Where would I put Uniform? Dude, like literally, this shit was so cool, bro. I'm like literally Uniform Lloyd, Dragon Form Ninjas at the top, and then Ultra Dragon Weapons, I think would be here. This would be my ranking right here. Like, I think the Dragon Form was so fucking cool, bro. Like, I love dragons, and I like the fact that we had the 4 ninjas being the kind of like the acolytes, right, in a way. Like, I did forget that the elemental powers do come from ninjas, so they can have a dragon form. I'm just sad that we didn't get a Lloyd dragon form. But deserved, to me, it was just the coolest thing that they've shown this season. I was like, fuck yeah, that's a major fucking upgrade, man. And then having the golden Ultra Dragon weapon, right? I mean, I don't really like. I know it's like a homage to the Ultra Dragon, but obviously the Ultra Dragon's dead, right? I just wasn't expecting it. Like, it was definitely surprising, but I think it was cool, bro. I'm just sad that they killed off. Dude, why did they kill off the Ultra Dragon in that season, man? Fuck. But yeah, Uniform Lloyd. Dude, I wasn't expecting him to get the 4 arms. I was thinking it was just be like Oni mask, 2 arms, but no, Onis have 4 arms, so he definitely would have grown some arms. I just wished he kept it up more because I wanted to see a more full-blown fight between him and the Overlord in this Oni form. But yeah, that last episode was definitely very fucking whack. So yeah. But yeah, there's definitely my top 3, I would say, this season. So overall, I think this would be my tier list. I know there are probably some characters missing. But I kind of told you about, I guess, where I would place them. Like Sally, her parents, maybe around like C and stuff like that. I just didn't want to include too many of like the non-speaking characters that didn't, I guess, had much of a showing, right? So most of them would just be in NA section. But yeah, overall, I think this would be what my tier list would be. This was a pretty crazy one. Like, I like the fact that season 15 was kind of a accumulation of from all the previous seasons, right? I guess starting from around like season 10ish, I would say. It was definitely the one thing I'm sad is we didn't get any of the old elemental masters apart from Skylar. Like, I would have loved to have seen the old elemental masters, right? I'm just sad because they kind of always feels like every season they're kind of like a neglected, how do I say, a neglected ally, you know? The last time we got them was season 10 when they came to help fight Garmadon, right? Oh no, not season 10, season 9. Yeah, season 9. Season 10 was the other stuff. So yeah. But yeah, I definitely always feel like the elemental masters are definitely like a neglected ally. And I'm sad that they just weren't here, man. But yeah, overall, good season. I enjoyed this season a lot. I liked, I loved a lot of the poppers. Obviously, it wasn't perfect, but I felt that way with like seasons 11 to 15. Not every season was perfect, but for these 11-minute era. But they all had their good points that I wouldn't say the bad points negatively affected that. So yeah. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that tier list. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, I guess, your top 3 favorite characters this season. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Laters.